Welcome fellow Earthlings to this election video. It is daylight savings today. Sorry, daylight endings. And a foreshadowing of the challenges ahead. Election year after election year, we doom ourselves as the majority of Americans play into this lesser evil game. Americans who prefer their echo chambers, unwilling to be challenged, unwilling to educate themselves, unwilling to look in the mirror and acknowledge themselves as part of the problem. Everyone seems to play into the game of the lesser evil, and we all wonder why we keep getting the bottom of the barrel. Wake up, America. Use your voice. Stop settling for less. You are not preventing disaster, you are prolonging it. Honor your throat chakra, your power of expression. Don't support and give power to people you don't fully stand behind. The emotionally mature do not sacrifice integrity. Elections shouldn't have to be a psyops counterplay. Both Trump and Kamala are too emotionally immature and unfit to guide the people of the United States. We need intelligent, educated, compassionate, and healthy communicators that stand for the values of truth, equality, and peace, who have the foresight to see how our consequences will impact the future of our society, that recognize that we live in a diverse and unjust society that needs to address the seriously lacking social standards of today. Someone who will stand up to the billionaires and rich corporations and industries that are polluting our land, exploiting our resources, oppressing the people in the name of profit. We need leaders that value the people over profits. I do not support Trump. I do not support Kamala. Neither are emotionally mature enough to lead an entire country. We all know they are just puppets, but puppets can still be dangerous. They can still be very influential and manipulative and cause problems for the rest of us. Trump is a narcissist, and he embodies the energies of racism, sexism, among many other characteristics that are cringe to the emotionally intelligent population. It shows he is selective of the people that he pretends is his equal. Neither Trump or Kamala are fit for leadership, psychologically or emotionally. Neither will put the people before their own interests. Neither will bring equality and unity to the people. Neither will empower the people to be independent from the system. No matter how scary it is, we need to learn how to be our own leaders and practice self-governance. By educating ourselves on what being a great leader looks like, we can embody those attributes and recognize them in others. We can work with others who specialize in subjects that we do not to build sustainable systems that benefit the whole. We do not need an almighty leader. We are capable of being our own leaders and can learn to cooperate with others in our communities to empower each other to be self-leaders. Decolonize and deprogram yourself from the broken system. The same system that pits us against each other. The system that takes advantage of the people by using intelligence that the people are not privy to. The system that sucks the life out of us, taking advantage of our vulnerabilities and health and education. The same system that keeps the people in poverty so that an elite class may have all the power and influence. This does not help the people. I don't know what system would be best for the US. I don't have an answer for that. I feel we still live in a society dominated by ignorant, hateful, violent, service-to-self antagonists, and a minority of truth seekers, peace anchors, intuitive artists, and visionaries. But that is all we need to create positive change and healing for our world. What I do know is that we need community unity. We need to collectively take responsibility for our own lives. We need to help ourselves by being accountable for ourselves. Build community resilience through collective and individual action. Take responsibility for our health. Do what we must to educate ourselves so we are less likely to be manipulated by propaganda and social control. We need to work together to uplift each other and optimize our lives, bringing more peace and prosperity to our communities. Meditate, dance, express yourself, follow your dreams. Take back your power. Don't subscribe to a broken system that doesn't have your best interests at heart. Find unity in your community. Build safe spaces for the light to thrive. Learn to be a leader, your leader. If anyone has any ideas on how we can eliminate this two-party system, put it in the comments. There exists other options besides subscribing to the two-party system. I understand a lot of people fear Trump becoming president because of the increase in racial, gender, and overall social violence. I'm afraid too, which is why I want to encourage people to come together to create safe spaces for the peaceful. Because even if Trump doesn't win, until the people set the standards of social propriety and equality, there will always be another rich billionaire that will mislead the herd to the destruction of all. We all suffer under poor leadership. We need to stop fighting each other and find common ground to which we can all relate and work together despite our differences and come to a cooperative relationship where we can be there for each other in the best of times and the worst of times. On a spiritual note, I understood the need to spread the light amongst the darkness, to dilute the evil on the planet, to prevent further spiritual de-evolution. So the Creator spread the light workers, starseeds, peace anchors, and truth speakers throughout the world. We felt alone. We felt surrounded by the thick miasma of hearts infected by hate. But I feel that now we must combine our gifts to establish those anchors for a 5D reality, creating circles, collectives, communities of love and light, of peace and equality, of education and healthy living, of inclusivity and accountability. Find your star family. Find your like-minded cosmic kin. It is time to share your gifts, time to anchor the rays of light onto the planet to transition into a higher vibration of consciousness. This election tests our patience. It shows us where our heart is at. This election, will you side with peace or violence? Your everyday actions and words define your character, define who you are. May your every action always reflect your highest, most authentic self. People of Earth, it is time for a revolution. You are that revolution. Use your gifts for the good of all. Power to the peaceful. Live long and prosper.